broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello and welcome to, I think, the Finding Carter After Show.
This is actually the new theme song, I think.
Oh, okay. Welcome, guys. It's AFTERBUZZ TV. If you have not already, go to youtube.com/AFTERBUZZ-TV. Hit subscribe. If you're watching us live in the chat roll, hit the thumbs up. Let's start off with a positive.
Yep.
Also, tweet at us live during the show using the hashtag ABTV Finding Carter. I'm your host, Yael Tygiel. You can tweet at me directly during the show and throughout the week at Yael Tygiel, YAELTYGIEL. I'd like to introduce a very special co-host we have today. Becca is joining us.
Welcome, Becca!
Yay. Becca, tell people where they can find you on Twitter.
Becca V Talks TV.
Yeah.
On Twitter and Instagram.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Becca is a huge Finding Carter fan, and she's joining us today. And Kylie Hodges.
Hi! You guys know the details. Follow me on Twitter at the Kylie Hodges or Instagram just at Kylie Hodges.
All right, before we jump into this big, massive, crazy season finale, overall thoughts on this finale as two-part season finale of the season. Kylie.
I'm glad it was a two-parter for sure. The ending, it was nicely wrapped up with a little bow. Yes, that was a cliffhanger, yet it sort of had a final feeling to it. So I think it was a good ending of a season, and it could lead to a really great third season.
Awesome. Becca, what did you think?
I do think it was really wrapped up, but it was also kind of an upsetting end for me.
An upsetting end?
Yeah.
Why?
Because Ben at the end made me sad, and then I like Max and Taylor together, and that whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Max getting arrested was really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're such a Maxler fan.
Yes,
I mean,
I am.
But really, though, I feel like everybody likes Max.
Yeah.
So it's sad to see him get dragged into something like this.
Sure.
Oh.
I mean, no, I love Max. To be clear, I love Max.
This is interesting.
I don't feel like he was dragged into something. You know what? We'll talk about Max.
Well,
we'll get to Max.
You're right.
I want to first, real quick, because there are a few loose ends we need to tie up. And I was gonna make a very awful joke. Bird tied up some loose ends.
Boy. The wording, Yael.
Yep. Yeah. So, did I or did I not call that Bird would not keep that baby?
Yeah, I mean, we discussed that last week. We didn't really want to pin her to going one way, but I think we all were kind of feeling it.
Yeah.
She just what teenager is ready to be a parent?
Everyone on Teen Mom.
Yeah.
Ready for a reality career.
Becca, did you think she would keep the baby?
I couldn't have seen that happening, honestly.
Yeah.
I kind of wish that she did.
Yeah, no.
No?
Are you a Bird fan, though?
She's an interesting character.
Yeah, she hasn't really... She hasn't really had, like, a prominent storyline.
Yeah.
Like, in season 1, we were like, bro, who is this Bird? Get her out of here, you know?
She's kind of, I feel like, an easily forgettable character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it's like they did forget the character. Her parents were arrested or charged or something with fraud or embezzlement or something, white-collar crimes. Yeah. She was assaulted at some point. Remember that? She was an artist. That they kind of kept a little. She was the party thrower. She bought her friends. Have we forgotten all of this? Right?
Yeah,
like
she bought her friends.
She went broke. I feel like the show totally forgot. And you're right. She is 100% a forgettable character.
So.
Yeah, there's been a lot of side characters that got forgotten. I mean, Damon sort of just kind of fell off the face of the earth.
Who?
Exactly. Yeah.
I tweeted about that.
But
yeah, what did people say?
people are just like, where is he? Yeah.
Donde estás, Damon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, with this show, like, the side characters are obviously there just to make Carter's life dramatic, but also I feel like when they become forgotten, it's easy for the show to just throw us for a loop and add a plot twist by making something pop up with them, you know?
Yeah.
Like the pregnancy thing. Totally random, but here's Bird.
I think it was to make Taylor and Bird get closer. And I like seeing that because if we recall way back in the beginning, I'm sure the writers forgot, they didn't get along.
Yeah. Who did like Bird? She was friends with, like,
the boys?
The boys. Yeah.
I get it.
Very pretty girl. If I was a teenage boy, I would be her friend too.
She's very pretty. She provides the location to party. She provides the booze.
Yeah.
She pays for the food.
That artsy, cool party girl.
Yeah.
I kind of want to be her friend.
I
now.
really want to be Bird.
I wanted baby Bird. I said it. Hey-oh. Like, I don't think Bird should have been a mom, but it would have been a great plot twist if she was like, I want the legacy of Seth to live on. I'm going to have this baby, and I'm going to name it Baby Bird.
That would have been an awful name.
Probably not the first person who said that.
No, I think the writers said that. Probably. A lot of people in the chat are discussing Bird's real name, which was said again at the clinic.
Yeah.
Beatrix. Yeah, we're going to go with Bird.
Beatrice or Beatrice? I thought it was Beatrice.
I don't know.
Is it Beatrix, the woman in Harry Potter?
Is Beatrix not a real name?
No, I just thought it was Beatrice.
Beatrice is a name, you're right.
Yeah, it definitely is a name.
I don't.
It's definitely a name in here.
Whatever, she goes by Bird now, which I think is a cute.
Also, I have weird name. I don't know American names. Your names confuse me. English names confuse me. All right, let's talk about Max and his mom. Because we'll talk about Max later again. But Max and his mom situation. So we're taking care of his mom. We brought her here. I'm excited that we're taking care of her.
Yeah.
Right? Because that was a thing that was brought up and we all thought was going to get forgotten.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we're taking care of her. And then he gives her money to start her life, and she spends it on I got so angry at this.
I mean, groceries are things you need in order to survive. However, it's weird to me how completely green she was to the concept of living off of a small budget. You know, it's like it was her first time ever having money, and she was like, let's buy s'mores. You know, it's like, you're a mom. You've been a mom for 18 years. Why is this such a new concept to you?
Yeah, but look at Max. He doesn't really need a mom. He is a mom.
Yeah.
It's true. So what was she doing all this time when he was living with her? It's not like she had other kids. She was the single mom.
Yeah, no, I also was wondering what she does.
Fascinating.
What she's up to.
Come on, Max's mom. What was her name again? Max's mom?
Yeah.
That's a nice name.
Yeah.
I like it. It rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
She's very young, too.
I like that we brought her into the story.
Yeah.
But, that was a thing.
Yeah, but it was necessary, too, because remember, Max uprooted his life to be with Carter's family, and if they didn't incorporate his mom at all, I think it would just be totally weird. Like, the writers are completely ignoring the fact that a teenager relocated himself and didn't leave behind a family. But I do wish that they were a little more involved throughout. Like, what if there was, a plot twist where, his mom came to town and was like, you need to move back home, you know? That'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
For, a scene.
Right.
There's a reason I'm not a writer.
What do you think?
That would have been an interesting plot, kind of, just because it's kind of unrealistic.
Yeah.
But do you like his parents? How do you feel about Max's mom? I feel like she could have used a little help in the mom department.
Yeah.
Obviously, considering Max is living with a totally different family.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Max came out to be the perfect person.
Yeah. It's a strange
How did she do that?
formula.
Do you think it's because he had to raise himself, maybe?
I think that's what's implied.
Okay.
He's just kind of a chill dude, you know?
But
Magic. Something happened.
he's mature because he had to raise himself.
That does make sense. I also wish he would have pointed out that he doesn't need groceries because he goes and eats at his girlfriend's house with her family because she cooks.
Right.
Which was brought up. She cooks when she's stressed.
Yeah. I cook when I'm stressed. It's fun.
I order in when I'm stressed.
Same.
Can't think about I can't think about cooking.
Pizza tracker when you're stressed.
Yeah. Anyway, so all right, we're done with Max and Bird.
It is what it is. Right. Yeah.
I mean, these 2 episodes to me blended real smoothly into a good 2-hour episode.
Agreed.
So let's talk about this Ben Jared crash thing. Crash shows up, and his first word is surprise, which made me giggle because he surprised us. If you missed him last week, he surprised us here.
He sure did.
That's the first thing I thought of.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
He said surprise.
First thing I thought of.
I was like, yeah, you're good at those, Caleb.
Yes.
And Yael and I had little mini heart attacks in front of you all.
Yeah. I think mine was...
Yael had a real freak out.
Freak out. It was
great.
That was a weird day.
Thanks, Caleb and Zach, for coming to visit. We had a good time.
Yes. Yeah. And you were here. You got to see them.
Yes.
Worth it.
That was fantastic.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the Ben Jared crash situation. Jared's out of jail because he made a deal, and he's going to keep Ben's name out of it.
Which doesn't make sense.
Right. Like, what deal did you make that you don't have to name names?
Yeah. It's not much of a deal.
Right.
I mean, why would you trust Jared? You know, if he says he's going to keep Ben's name out of it, do you really believe him?
I just don't understand why we keep getting Jared. Every time he does things real sketchy, they're trying to make us, like, second guess that when he's apologizing, like, oh, maybe he does have a good intention. No one's buying it, though, right? It feels like the writers are trying to be like, well, I mean, maybe he just, he threw her under the bus because she was underage and she wouldn't get as much time, and, like, he has a family. Maybe that's it. We don't buy that, though.
Yeah. I don't know. The Jared character, I never liked him from the beginning, but I also, it bothered me that it was constantly Carter confronting him at the bar.
Yeah.
Like, he's at the bar, and then Carter's like, oh, I need to speak with this person. Instead of calling him, I'm just going to show up in an empty bar where he is and have a potentially very heated conversation that could get dangerous.
Yeah. That sounds right.
Just wish, and I get it, like, for TV purposes, you can't just make phone calls all the time. But also, this goes along with the whole kids not being kids and parents not parenting.
Yeah.
Like, Elizabeth was constantly like, you went to the bar? And then David was like, what were you thinking? And I just kept thinking, like, why weren't you stopping her?
Where are the consequences?
As a parent
Where
who's
are the
always
consequences?
outraged.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's no consequences.
And King Carter strikes again.
She's striking all the time.
2 hours of King Carter making decisions, right?
Yeah.
We had, she decided that Max needed to confess. She decided that she needed to confront Jared. She decided that Taylor needed to take care of Bird when Bird had an abortion. Like, well, King Carter makes decisions.
She's like
for
a
everyone.
manager. Taylor, you get Bird. I'll work with Max. Mom, you just cry all the time.
I'm really glad David was back.
Yeah, it took him a while.
Almost forgot who he was. To be honest.
Yeah.
I thought when he came back, he was going to be like, I'm home, but also I'm leaving you, Elizabeth. Or like something like the tour changed him. You know?
Yeah. Instead it was what? You didn't tell me everything except for that we have a season of you trying to call me and me never answering.
Yeah.
How dare you not tell me all this?
Yeah. David. And I also thought it was strange that when he came home, he was so startled that Ben and Lori were there. Because honestly, bro, you were the one shelling out money secretly to go to their house. Would you really act that put off when you see her and Ben in your living room?
Elsie,
I'd be kind of happy.
You were in their living room when they had the child services people.
Yeah. They're all in your life.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I am frustrated with everyone accepting Lori. I like that Taylor continues to push and be like, Lori is a kidnapper.
Yeah, she makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand Carter's thought process of being like, but it's not true, it's not right.
Yeah.
But also, everybody seems to quickly forget that Lori did some very questionable things
And
that
never-
have affected everybody's
and
life.
was never punished for it.
Correct.
Like,
She
she
got
could deal
the
with
easy way
this.
out.
Yeah.
Even Elizabeth and David forgot.
Yeah.
That-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You would think of all people, a mother would hold on to that.
They seemed to get along very well last night, which confused me.
Yeah.
Really?
A lot,
Confused
yeah.
you? I mean, I like the idea of the little Rizzoli and Isles.
Oh, yeah. I
know,
like
like
the
them
idea.
teaming up.
I
Yeah,
love the
no,
idea of them teaming
great.
up. But, like Elizabeth, this is the woman
forgot.
who's, this is the woman who stole your kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then came back, kidnapped her again, stole the other one. Like,
Yeah.
she's crazy.
Yeah.
I appreciate that Taylor is the one who remembers.
Yes.
And I wish more people would. Taylor, I feel like, given the chance, would also corner Crash and be like, remember when you shot my boyfriend?
Yeah.
Like, I now relate to Taylor so much because
love
we
Taylor.
hold grudges.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
You and Taylor would get along real nice. You can make croutons together.
I don't.
She
cook.
can make croutons for you.
Thank you. You know how I am.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
People can. Mr. 88 Paranoid in the chat says people can change. Yeah.
It's also true, Mr. 88, whatever the rest of it is.
Do they?
Wisdom in the chat roll.
People change?
It's true. Look at Lori!
Yeah. She's on meds
Apparently.
now. Right?
Supposedly, yeah.
Okay.
Like she's not crazy anymore.
I mean, that's what happens when you're on the right meds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like a well-balanced robot.
All right. So let's talk about Jared and the end of Jared.
Man.
Yeah. So Jared slaps Carter.
Yeah.
Carter goes down. And then I like the idea of us not knowing who it is and then the reveal at the end because that's what drew me to the show was the mysteries. Right?
That's
Yep.
That's what made me want to keep watching
the next
second
season.
hour.
Yeah. I like the idea of a mystery. Who did it? I want us to resolve that and I like that. But halfway through the episode I went, "Oh, it's clearly Max."
Am I the only one that didn't catch on to that? I was convinced it was Lori, but I did think her story was weird.
Yeah, she had some weird
I
things in
thought, okay, she's guilty, but there's more to it. Like, what if maybe she was in on the drug dealing thing? You know, like, what if she has this dirty laundry that we didn't know about and it's going to be revealed? She's part of the loan shark, dude.
She's the boss.
Yeah. Like, that would have been juicy. And then we were like, you know, if that were the case, then we'd be like, I knew it. Lori really is evil. And she's a master of manipulation because she won us over in the process.
I really wish it was that.
I just wrote an alternate ending.
I want that ending.
No.
Well, I mean, I...
Make Lord guilty.
Yeah, Becca, did you
Yeah.
catch on that it was Max?
Not until Taylor went and knocked on the store.
And he was there with Ben.
And he was there
which,
with Ben.
Again, called it. I called that Ben would be there.
I didn't
sure
call that
did,
either.
y'all. Well,
was
you
that?
win.
I didn't call that.
Oh.
I didn't either. It's okay.
I rarely call things correctly, so I get excited when I do.
But when you do, you are so right.
I'm only half right.
I thought Crash could have killed Jared.
The
for a
chat was
second,
saying that too, that they all thought Crash did it.
Interesting.
just because Crash is a protective boyfriend.
Right.
The whole shooting
Yeah.
Max thing.
Yeah, and I had said when he was here last
Yeah.
week that I would have been okay with that.
No, I would have been like, go Crash.
Yeah. I mean, I like that everyone is okay with, we don't care who it was. Like, whoever
Yeah.
did it, good for you. We just want to know who it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I also think it would have been a really interesting way to end the season with not telling us who did it.
Yeah, I thought they were going to drag it out a little more.
But Lori's confession did have a lot of plot holes. Right?
Sure.
The choking. I was like, there are no bruises on her neck. Is no one's watched SVU here?
Yeah. And Carter has never complained about anything. You know, she doesn't sound hoarse.
Right.
She's not having any pain.
Yeah. I like that Crash notices.
He's a smarty.
I guess he got smart.
He's been smart. He's just had a rough upbringing.
What did you say?
He's so cute.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said.
He's so dreamy.
Yeah, okay.
No, but his character is
He's a
has
cute
changed
guy.
for the better. To be
Yeah.
honest, the people change thing.
Yeah.
It's true with Crash.
That's true.
Exactly
He
right.
did change. As soon as we got rid of a shady Uncle Shay.
That's right.
We got rid of him.
I mean, he's redeeming himself along the way.
Yes. So when Lori confesses, we then have this amazing scene once we know who it is, Taylor and Lori discuss it, and Lori says to her that she would do anything to protect her kids, and we get but Max isn't your kid, and then she says, that's not who I'm talking about. Aww. You make sacrifices for your kids.
I thought that was the sweetest thing ever.
Did you forgive Lori for everything at that moment?
No, but I thought it was sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, you can forgive but not forget, you know? But I didn't think it was that sweet. It was sweet, but I wasn't like, oh, Lori, everything you've ever done, forget about it.
It actually just reminded me of how crazy she is.
Oh, yes, also that too.
Like, oh, I'm going to go to jail so that this girl came from my egg, not my daughter, this girl who came from my egg is not separated from her boyfriend who protected this other girl who came from my egg that I kidnapped. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, that's where my head went.
Yeah, I was trying to think about if I were a mom, if I would go to jail for my daughter who I'm not raising's boyfriend. I think the answer is no.
Even if it was the daughter you were raising, I don't know that you would go to jail for her boyfriend.
Yeah, I still think the answer is no.
That's something crazy people do.
Yeah.
But
she did a good job of making us think she's a nice person, though.
Yeah.
Or, like, a good person.
I think Lori and Max kind of had a bond from the beginning.
Yeah.
That it was unbreakable, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, because they knew each other.
Yeah.
While Carter was, before the reveal.
Happened.
Before the show started.
He knew her as the cool mom.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's the idea of her protecting him as her, like a son to her, that I get. But her comment of like, it wasn't for him, it was for you.
Right.
You're crazy.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That's true.
The Ben drug dealer situation. At any point did you think Ben killed Jared?
Yes? It could be possible. I didn't never think it, but if they hinted at it a little more, like
without
really,
just saying it.
Well, I mean, like if it was like starting to look like, okay, maybe he really did do it, I'd be like, well, all right, I'd believe that, I guess, because it's not like they liked each other.
I thought it would have been too predictable.
Absolutely, I agree. I think when Carter went, oh, we don't know where he was during the time of the death. I was like, yeah, so he didn't do it. Like,
yeah.
Now you've just said he didn't do it. And of course she jumped to that conclusion. She doesn't trust him, which is amusing because she trusts everyone and forgives everyone, right?
Yeah. She doesn't trust Ben.
But she does. Every time there's possibly Ben did something wrong, she is ready to jump on that train.
I mean,
which is out of character for Carter.
It is out of character for Carter, but also like he made, like after meeting, he was like, oh, BRB, gonna rob 10 grand out of this shed.
No, I get it. But she would pull, there's been conversation the entire time since we met Ben that they're very much the same person.
Yeah.
He just doesn't know how to take the crown. That's the difference.
It's true.
But so she would have done the same thing. And then been all, woe is me, I'm so misunderstood. All right, so then we have this, Ben goes to see the drug dealer, even though he's now going to move in with the Wilsons, which it really bugged me that there was all that conversation of how to get Ben moving in with the Wilsons. But the fact that they then explain like, oh, because I don't have any custody or right to him. But then they made some calls and now they do have rights to him.
It kind of felt irrelevant.
Yeah.
I think it was maybe just like filler drama.
Yeah.
Padding for the episode.
To make sure it was uber dramatic.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't really, I felt no feelings about where Ben was going to be living.
I'm still trying to understand why Lori had custody of him in the first place.
Fair point.
These are all great questions. These are all great questions.
Insane.
Yeah.
Yael, you might appreciate this. I also was thinking quite a bit about detectives and the sort of things they would do around crime scenes. And wondering...
I'm scared where this is going.
No, about fingerprint testing.
Yes.
There would be no mystery to who killed Jared if the detectives just did detective work.
And, fingerprinted the broken glass.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the same detectives who don't do DNA tests when someone says, I'm this person's parent.
Right. When that was happening, I was like, I bet Yael's like, somebody! DNA testing! Fingerprint testing! Tests!
Any sort of forensic testing.
Please!
Get a CSI crew. Even a CSI tech. Even a junior CSI intern would figure this case out.
I'm actually going to go to the Rite Aid and get a fingerprinting kit.
Yeah.
And go hand it off to Carter.
Yeah. Carter, I'm surprised Carter doesn't do more forensic stuff. Right? Like, Carter, who likes to stick her nose in everybody's business and take charge and decide how things are going to happen and confront the problem, I'm surprised she's not a frickin' cop.
I was very surprised by her reaction to, once she pieced together that it was Max, her reaction to fixing it. Like, Max is one of her best friends, and she seemed very willing for him to go to jail. Although she also trusts that it's just going to work out and he's not going to go to jail.
What? No, he's going to go to jail.
But that's not what my thought process would be, you know? Like, I feel like a normal kid would be like, oh my God, my friend killed somebody. He's going to go to jail. Not, oh, he'll be fine.
Well, the thing that's been said the entire time is whoever did kill Jared, it was self-defense or the defense of Carter, right? It was to protect her. So, like, whoever it is probably not going to go to jail, is what they're thinking. Except for Lori, because she has a record.
She will probably go to jail.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is why he had to come clean, and Carter was ready to throw him under the bus.
Yeah, it was weird to me.
I
thought Carter would want to protect everybody.
It's the same logic of Jared throwing her under the bus. Like, you're a kid, they'll let you out.
Yeah. Maybe they were meant for each other. I'm kidding. I loved seeing Crash with her. I thought the scene with Max and Crash was really cute, where Crash was like confessing how much it hurt to lie and say that he was seeing somebody else so that Carter would open up.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, they're a cute couple. He really does love her.
That actually was very cute. Yeah, absolutely. That was a really great, the scene with Max, the one you're describing with Max and Crash, was a great scene.
Yeah. And for multiple reasons, because these dudes who at one point, Crash shot Max.
Wait,
and guys, now they're bonding.
Crash shot Max and he forgave him?
Yeah, I don't know if you saw this a little tiny plot point earlier on in the show. Max got shot by Crash.
Tiny, giant
Did you miss it? Yeah, I don't know. Did you see it?
And
it went quick.
And then he forgave him.
Yep.
Yeah, I forgive
Just like
you.
that.
Right away. All right, let's quickly talk about Ben and the drug dealer. So Ben thinks he's out and he's safe and his life is free. And then he goes to confront the drug dealer because that's what...
So dangerous.
That
makes sense.
Yeah. That's what a King Carter would do. So Boo in the chat wrote... it's King Carter and Queen Ben.
Are we talking about Boo 69Bs?
Boo 69Bs.
Hey, Boo.
Hey, Boo. Yeah, it's 100% that way in the show.
Yeah. Not smart. Carter and Ben are all about confronting the scariest thing ever. Face to face.
Always.
Potential danger.
Absolutely.
Drawing attention to themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw both coming. Carter getting slapped by Jared and then Ben getting beat up. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I saw both coming.
I thought that guy was going to drive over Ben.
I thought so, too.
Really? Yeah, I was like, oh my God, he's getting in the car.
Please don't.
Another death. That's what I was convinced with.
Yeah, I really like Ben. I think it would have been a much more interesting cliffhanger if the drug dealer had killed Ben.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh. 2 deaths in 1 episode? That would be bananas.
Yeah.
And what a mess to clean up for a whole season.
Absolutely.
It would have been really sad.
Because then, like, Olivia could come looking for Ben.
Yeah.
Then she could open up about their past. You know, so much. I mean, he could still die. He's on the road.
Yeah.
Hurt. Very hurt.
Well.
Left for dead.
Yeah, left for dead.
Yeah.
You said that you'd be too sad.
Yes.
Why? If you say because he's cute.
Well, that and I feel like his character has a really good storyline.
There's a lot of potential.
He's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's too similar to Carter to keep him around.
But he comes from a different world. So I feel like sometimes he reacts to things differently than she would. And that's what can make it interesting. Like, he likes to keep to himself, you know? Carter's all about, like, shouting stuff from the rooftops about.
I like both characters because they're both strong characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think Ben is the way Carter was when she first showed up, where she came from this, like, I don't have to follow the rules, I'm a bad girl kind of thing. And that's where he is. But because we have him now, she is, not that she's following the rules, but she's so much more boring in terms of, like, bad girl edginess. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
She's like if Taylor dropped out of school. That's who she is.
Oh, man. Remember when Taylor had a drug problem? Those were the days.
Gosh.
That was a waste of a few episodes.
Fantastic.
No, I kind of thought it was entertaining. I liked it. It was different. But I'm glad she's back to Taylor.
It was
Anyways.
very I like Taylor's character a lot.
Yeah, she's grown on me. I didn't like her. She used to be a stick in the mud.
She was a stick in the mud, but now she's come around.
Yeah, she's the only, like, logical one who thinks logically on the show.
What? Grant?
Grant, too, but Grant, like...
No one listens to.
Yeah, and he wasn't in a lot of last night's episode at all.
Yeah.
He's not in the know. He's not part of that group, so they're not going to fill him in the way they would fill in Taylor.
Right.
He's too young.
Like, half the episode I was wondering where he was.
Playing video games.
In his room.
I just wish there was more of him and Reagan, you know?
Yeah.
A cute story.
Yeah.
And I'm sure with the next season when he starts high school,
Right.
assuming it would pick up there, or maybe it'll pick up immediately after this episode, who knows? But we would have to see more of her because they're going to be in school together. And they kissed.
Well, let's jump into
love.
predictions then.
And now,
The audience is
AFTERBUZZ
Wow.
Well, the audience is angry.
What a big audience we have.
Guys, calm
in studio.
down. Yeah. Calm down. Okay, so because we could go anywhere at this point.
Yeah.
I want to hear what you think. Okay, Ben, gonna be before Ben, time jump or pick up right where we left off? Becca.
I say right where we left off.
Kylie.
It should be right where they left off, but this last time they jumped ahead, and I feel like they might do that again.
I feel like they will pick up where they left off, but I want a time jump.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is a good spot to do a time jump because we see Max walking into jail. Presumably, Max is going to get charged with murder, and it jumps ahead to, you know, him appealing for a shorter sentence, or he's out on parole or something like that.
Or knowing them the sentence was thrown out.
Also
and we
true.
moved on.
They're just
They're
opening
not going to
scene.
keep him in jail.
Yeah, opening scene is them sitting in class.
Right. Oh, funny story. Remember what happened?
Yeah.
Remember when he got shot and then went to jail?
Bird's pregnant this time and like decided to keep it, so she's like 9 months pregnant, sitting in school.
Nice. All right.
I just want a baby bird.
Ben, dead or alive?
Alive.
He's alive.
Yeah, I think he's alive too. Max's mom, will we see her ever again in the next season? I'm going to go with no.
Questionable. Yeah.
I was gonna say no.
Yeah. Bird, you think is going to be prego?
Probably not, but wouldn't that be fun?
Bird and Damon get together?
I'd be on board with that. He loves her.
Yeah.
I'd actually like Bird and Gabe.
Bird
together.
and Gabe.
That's what I was gonna say. When he asked her to marry him earlier, I
thought that was so
loved
cute.
that.
I think Gabe is very underrated.
Yeah, you know, after his spiral,
Yeah.
and he cleaned himself up a little bit, we didn't get to see much of him, and
Yeah.
it's too bad. I mean, I'm a big Gabe fan, but also, aside from him spiraling and then being like, all right, I'm a mess, clean me up, there's so much more you could do with that.
Absolutely.
He could be so much more involved. And if he married Bird and they raised the baby together, what a great plot twist.
Yeah, that would be so cute.
Right? Becca and I have some good ideas.
Sarah in the chat has a prediction that Carter might get sent to boot camp.
Ooh.
And that Bird marries Max or Gabe.
Max?
Yeah. No.
Taylor and Max.
Yeah. What,
Is
what about
Taylor going to be the bridesmaid?
Taylor would kill Bird.
Yeah.
I'd see that storyline.
Yeah, Taylor would kill Bird.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you really think they would send Carter to boot camp, though?
No. I think they'd try. I think King Carter would say, I will not go. And they will be
and they'll go, okay.
Yeah. The king has spoken.
Anything Carter says goes.
Yeah. Another prediction, Lori takes custody of Ben. I think Ben is staying in the Wilson house. I think Olivia will come and stay with them as well. I think Lori can't have any children in her house now. And I think Lori is going to... I don't think we're going to see her for most of next season. I think Lori's character is going to be out of the picture for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Do
I
you feel
hope
that?
that's not true, because I feel like Lori brings a lot to the show, actually.
I think she did bring a lot to the show.
I think she did the first season, definitely, but I think now she's starting to bring more to the show again.
Interesting. If she would have been the kingpin of the drug ring, I would have been like, heck yes.
Wouldn't that have been great?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think she'll be gone. I think she's too big of a character to not include in the next season. And she's got that good cop thing going on with Elizabeth's like the bad mom who you don't want to confide in when you should. Yeah. And Lori's the one that gets you out of trouble. Yeah. So I think we'll see her around.
Zahira in the chat says Bird and Gabe equals babe. Their babe would be called babe.
Last night on Twitter.
Yeah, I feel like we've seen that before, or we've said that before.
Maybe.
I like it.
Boo predicts that Taylor will be pregnant with Max's baby, and I really like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
People don't think Olivia's coming in.
Oh, Taylor. I think you said Max will be pregnant with Taylor's baby, and I was like, plot twist.
I would want to see that for
Max
sure.
is a woman.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. People are... Yeah. Sarah, David and Lori are not going to hook up. That ship has sailed. He's going to have a new mistress. I don't think they're going to bring that
I can see him
back
cheating
up.
again, though.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. He's not a faithful guy.
He's not loyal at all.
No. I want Elizabeth to have a new partner, and I want that to be a struggle for her. Yeah. And I've said this since they killed my beloved. I want to see flashbacks of baby Gabe with Papa.
Oh, yeah.
I miss Eddie.
Papa, say it. His name's Kyle.
I miss Eddie Matos so much, guys.
Eddie Matos.
Oh, yeah. Prediction, Lori becomes a cop. That's not happening. No. And Taylor's Mr. ADO Paranoid. Taylor's not going to stay with Lori.
How great would it be if Lori was a cop? And then she gets assigned to be Elizabeth's partner. And that would be a struggle.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I feel like...
it wouldn't happen.
I mean, I was going to say legally they can't, but this show doesn't care about
that. Right, that's what I'm saying. Lori could maybe join the police academy.
Absolutely.
And what if she becomes like a devout Christian or something? You know, she like finds God, and so she's like really goody two-shoes religious.
So funny.
I just like the idea of like a really dramatic recovery from being a kidnapper.
Yeah.
I hope it's already gotten already recovered as much as it's going to.
Yeah.
Just
probably. She's mellowed out.
She's
kind of on the same
It doesn't seem
now.
like she was ever crazy now.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Easy to forget.
Well, like all the other charters forget that she was ever crazy.
That's true.
Except Taylor.
And Grant.
Except Taylor.
And Grant.
Also Grant.
The last prediction I wanted to bring up was Zahira points out that something probably happened when David was on tour. And I definitely think, some bimbo shows up prego.
I wanted something to happen on tour. Or like he comes back and he's like, Elizabeth, I'm leaving you. Or better yet, he doesn't come back because he turns into a deadbeat dad. And he's like, I'm more into the world of fame and book autographs. Sayonara, family.
I was just hoping that while he was gone, he was going to be back on Grimm, and he wasn't.
Yeah.
That made me sad. I mean, if you're going to get rid of him for a while, put him on Grimm. That's where he came from.
Show.
Yeah.
Also true. You watch that show?
I'm on the Grimm after show.
Oh, I wouldn't know because I don't watch the show.
How?
So I don't watch the after show for it.
Yeah.
I bet you do a great job.
I do a great job. Not true.
Little promo for you there.
Yeah, anyone who's seen it has gone, Yael's the worst.
Well, I would never say that because I'm Yael's #1 fan.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Competing with Boo. Thank you guys for joining us. Becca, thank you for joining us for the Finding Carter season finale.
Becca, for all the listeners, Becca chats with us about this show every week. She geeks out every time
Yes.
we talk about it before we go on the air here. So it's nice to have a super fan here with us.
Absolutely.
It's a good show.
Yeah. Becca, where can our fans talk to the super fan on Twitter?
Becca B Talks TV.
Awesome. And that's the same on Instagram now.
And Instagram too.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. Kylie, where can people find you?
On the Twitters, you can follow me at the Kylie Hodges, and Instagram is just at Kylie Hodges.
Awesome. And you guys can find me online at Yael.tv. There you'll find a slew of other shows I do here at AfterBuzz, including Grimm, as we said. I'm also on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, Tumblr. What else is there? Snapchat,
She
Periscope.
just pins pictures of Kyle.
I do.
Her Pinterest board is just Kyle.
At Yael Tygiel, that's YAELTYGIEL. And we'll see you guys right here next season for more Finding Carter.
Bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.